Hello, I'm Michael Glass from the FXcast Market Analysis team. This is our FXcast Market Analysis trading plan. In each of our videos, we try to identify high probability trading setups. We'll evaluate the gold chart to see if there's any leading sentiment. We will create a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list, and we'll review the economic calendar to see if there are any releases that could affect our open and new trades. As always, please send your comments and feedback to analysis@fxcast.com.
As usual, we are starting off with our gold chart, and we can see even though the consolidation is drifting higher, which is certainly great, it is still, you could say, a larger range. And again, as we've been saying all week, there is a flight to gold for safety as the dollar is being tweaked, is being held hostage by this decision. So until there's a decision, you're going to continue to see a flight to gold, and I would assume that it's still going to continue to rise. We can see on our hourly time frame, we've got our point of control down here at 1613. You can see the volume that's accumulating at this price level. Even if we keep going over, you can continue to see that volume accumulator. So you can see that there is definitely a good support around 1613. So I would certainly watch that as a buy point, even though we're not getting a pullback to the moving average that we really want. You can definitely see that 1613 is where the volume is. So it's definitely a volume support price level. Currently, we are definitely overbought coming out of that at the present time. As we switch to the pound dollar, and we see again the strength in gold, there is a weakness in the dollar. And one thing we can see on this currency pair, if I scroll over just a little bit, there's our wick. So we'll grab our horizontal line, kind of draw that in there, and we'll bring it back. You can kind of see that this is a resistance price level. But as we said before, although this could be definitely identified as a resistance price level, there was a time when it was not honored in this area here. So we're at a resistance point. We are in a selling zone on our Bollinger Bands. We're above our long-term moving average. So that certainly gives us some indication of being at resistance in the selling zone above what could happen. The reason why we'll see that happen is we can see that the control is the pound. Although neither are above zero, and they're actually working together, which might bring some consolidation to the sideways movement. So you can see when the pound took control, we got our big push up, but as it's leveled off, so did our price. So right now, we're going to have to continue to watch this and see if we do get a trigger to get a pullback back to the neutral zone. Here on the euro dollar, we can see that same resistance price level being put in. We can see that we are in a range price level, price action here on the daily. Really seeing some sideways action. Not the same strength that the pound dollar is showing us. On our Bollinger Band, we are in a neutral zone. And here we can see that the euro is in control, but likewise it's moving horizontal, and that's why we have our sideways action in a neutral zone. So even though the dollar is getting weaker, we're seeing a sideways action because the pound's not showing strength. Finally, with our dollar franc, here we really are seeing the weakness of the dollar show up. We can see really a continued push down. This is really the best trending of the three. We can see we're clearly in a buy zone. We're below the long-term moving average. We can see that the franc is clearly in control. But unlike the pound, unlike the euro, we're diverging up. And that's why we're really seeing the move, unlike the pound and the euro, because the franc is in control and it's moving above zero and it's diverging away from the dollar. So, our overall theme for today, and the reason why we're not getting too detailed into this on today's analysis, is that we know what's going on. There is a deadline of Tuesday for a decision to be made about the U.S. debt ceiling limit, and as long as there's no decision, there is weakness in the dollar, and we have to be prepared to trade any news release. They've been meeting over the weekend here. I haven't turned on the news yet to see if there's anything here on Sunday. But in the end, yesterday there was the vow that it's not going to happen. A default's not going to happen. So we're seeing a weakness in the dollar. We're being controlled by the news. We're not being controlled by the price action. So let's let that news come out and trade the reaction.
As we come to our low volatility inside our watch list here this weekend, we currently don't have anything. Check our Twitter, and we'll continue to try to keep you guys up to date. As we look at the economic calendar, some things that jump out at you. We got a lot of manufacturing data here for Germany, for the European Union, for the pound. And then the unemployment rate here for the European Union certainly could have an impact. More manufacturing data here in the States, and then down here the wage information for New Zealand. However, as we've been talking about throughout this whole video, at any moment there could be a deal announced regarding the States and the debt ceiling, and that certainly could affect all the dollar currency pairs.
We would like to thank you for watching our FXcast market analysis. As we continue to improve and make adjustments so that you're getting value from our videos, we want you to take the time to give us feedback, give us comments, send us questions about what you would like to see in our videos, and you can send those comments and feedbacks to analysis@fxcast.com, or you can post to our daily forum. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.